Hello everyone, and welcome back to Network 27. I'm Alderman Walter Burnett. First of all, I want to thank everyone who helped me to put the show together. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone. I hope everyone had a great time at the Stay in School picnic and the parade that we just had on August 25th. I really appreciate all of the people who donated to the picnic and the parade. I appreciate all of the volunteers who helped us to cook and serve the children and clean up and all of those great things. We just want to say thank you to all of you all. We thank God that we're able to have been able to do this for 24 years. So thank you all very much. Also, I'd like to congratulate the people who won in our step-in contest. On August the 17th, we first prize was $1,000, second prize was $500, third and fourth was $250. And I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all should have been there. If you wasn't there, you missed it. Cause man, they were dancing for that money, boy. They were like getting down, and they had to go like several times to dance and compete. And it was fantastic, man. I think I picked up a couple of moves at that event. So it was a lot of fun. And that was with the Salvation Army. We have it once a month, every third Friday of the month at the Salvation Army. We have stepping from 8 o'clock to 12. It's to motivate and encourage the guys who are trying to get their lives back on track, folks who have been addicted to drugs and alcohol, give them a clean and sober time to have a good time. So a lot of people come out. I think it's now going to get bigger and bigger now since we had that stepping contest. And a lot of people who never came before came from all over the city. A lot of people that's in the Clean and Sober program. And hopefully we'll get more people to come. Salvation Army has a great facility. We thank them very much for everything that they do. And if anybody want to donate to them, please donate to the Salvation Army. They help so many people in our community. Our next stepper set actually at the Salvation Army at 825 North Christiana is going to be September 21st, October 19th, and November the 16th. I'd like to thank all of my staff people who volunteer and help me with that. When people come, we give them refreshments. My staff don't get paid extra to do those things. We all just pitch in and do it and help people. So we were talking about, the Clean and Sober set, stepper set. Stepping is mostly for us middle-aged people or older people, right? Do you guys step? No? See what I'm saying? So today we have some young folks here. We have some young adults here who's doing some fantastic and positive things in our community. Let me introduce you all to them and let them tell you guys a little bit about them. First, I'd like to introduce Jaden Knox. Jada is from Cabrini Green. If you're from Cabrini Green, you would recognize an area called the row houses. Row houses is actually my hood. That's where I grew up at, in the row houses. And Jada's from the row houses. Also, we have Niguel Nehru. Yeah. Right? Niguel is from Marshall Field Garden Apartments or Cedric Street. We call it Cedric Street. So he's on the other side of Division over in the Cabrini area, or people call it the near north area. The funny thing is, some folks would call this on the other side of the track. We call it on the other side of Division Street. Division has been a divider line in that community for years, since I was a little kid. It's different areas, but it's great to see these two young people working together and getting along. Both of you all are involved in a community organization, in a community. What's the name of the organization?
By the Hand Club for Kids.
By the Hand Club for Kids. So Jada, why don't I just let you tell us about yourself and tell us why I invited you on the show.
I was born and raised at Cabrini Green. I'm from the buildings, born and raised in the Reds.
Which Red?
911 North Hudson.
Okay.
And man, I'm a film director. I like to produce film, I like to make film, I like to do everything. And I got started as a little kid when I was in 8th and 7th grade. My uncle, his name is Dave, he introduced me into film.
Dave was Dave's last name?
Alexander.
Okay.
He helped me introduce me into film. He helped me set up cameras. Every morning during the summertime, I wake up in the morning time with him setting up cameras, how to edit videos, how to take this apart, how to do this. And it helped me during my high school years. So when I was ready for high school, because I majored in broadcasting at Clemente.
So Clemente High School.
Clemente High School. And I majored into broadcasting. And so with everything they tried to teach me, I already knew during the summertime.
Working with your uncle.
Working with my uncle.
Fantastic. So you're in high school. So how old are you, Jada?
17.
17, okay. So you're a junior or senior?
Junior going to my senior year.
Fantastic. So you like the big guy on campus now, right? The seniors, right? Don't be messing with those freshies when they come in, right? I don't know if you all did it when you were young. When we were kids, if you was a freshie, we used to throw pennies at the freshies. Do they still do that?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
They throw pennies at the freshies, right? So that's great. So Clemente, so you go full-time at Clemente or you go to Wells and Clemente?
No, I go to Clemente. That's my main school.
When I went to Wells, we took classes at Clemente too. So I went to Wells and Clemente. So tell me, so Jada, so you do video and you with a organization called Batter Hand Club. Batter Hand Club is a Christian organization in the community that have an after-school program for young people, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And both of you all in that organization.
Yes.
So with your video, what really encouraged me to put you on the show is looking at your video. It's so positive. Tell us about your video, and hopefully we can do some excerpts of it while we're talking, that people can see some of it, but tell us about it.
So, Mr. Burnett, my video is called Cabrini Green Life, and what it's about is basically telling the truth about Cabrini. What you see in Cabrini and the other documentaries, you see the negativities. You don't see the positivity. All you see is the negativities. So what I did was, I went to my old community and talked to all the people from the Raymond, from YK, SG, Jonte, all of them. And they was
all the same age or all ages?
Some different ages, some of them older, some of them either 20, 30, 40s, some of them even more like younger kids. And they was telling me about what was their high and lows about Cabrini. Seeing Cabrini is like the other communities. We all had our high and lows, our ups and downs, but Cabrini was looked at because we was close to the Gold Coast. And so I just looked at that like that was unfairly. So what I did was talk to all the old people, telling them, what was your high and lows at Cabrini Green? And they told me what was their high and lows and what was their ups and downs. And the main part about other documentaries, they never told them what's the message y'all trying to get the kids. So they told me what was the message they're gonna get the kids, and they all said the same: stay in school, keep doing what you gotta do. You don't got to gang bang, you don't gotta sell drugs, keep following your dreams.
Mm-hmm. So you tried to focus in this video. You really did. You really had some real talk with some people, right? You had an opportunity to listen to them, and you had an opportunity to listen to pros and cons, right? Good stuff and bad stuff, and but there was a lot of encouragement in it, and it was real.
It was real.
Yeah. So it wasn't like slanted toward just trying to find out bad things, because a lot of these documentaries just try to look at the bad things. I told them,
tell me what you want to tell me. Tell me what you want to tell me. Keep it 100. I don't care. You don't got to be fake. Just keep it 100. That's one thing about my company. Don't be fake. Keep it 100.
So what are some of the things that people said in the video?
In this video, you're gonna hear a lot of cursing.
A lot of cursing.
A lot of cursing. A lot of like things.
So you don't have to say the cursing words, but what did they say?
They said they told the truth. That's all I could say.
So what was some of the truth? You can't say it without the curse words?
No.
You had to say the curse words?
He said a lot. It was a lot of cursing in the video, but it's all real. Everything on the video is all real, all raw footage. Everything was all telling the truth, telling about the real Cabrini.
So what did they say? I mean,
what they said was like all that stuff is not true. We had Caucasian people come.
All of what stuff is not true?
We was never bad. We was never racist.
Everyone there is bad and
yes, we always just focused on the negativity. We was never racist. All white people came through our neighborhood. We had positive people come through our neighborhood. Only reason why they was focused on white people because most of the white people came in was cops. and it wasn't focused on helping our community. It was focused on doing other things.
So you heard this from people?
Yes.
So I never knew that people thought that people from Cabrini was racist.
Yes. And other people that, when you talk about Cabrini, it was like, oh, Cabrini, you used to live there? I heard there was a lot of shooting there. I heard that white people never came through our neighborhood. Huh?
So I have a different perspective, right? My perspective is that one of the things that we used to say, well, as you know, Moody Bible students do a lot in Cabrini. I don't know if have you all gone to Moody Bible and played basketball and play games over there? Have any of those mentors come and so they've been doing that since I was a kid. So that's like a school. Moody Bible is a college. They make them go to school. And part of them going to school is they got to go out in the community. So we used to go to Moody when we were kids to get the snacks and play games, right? So we used to say, hey man, let's go over here with these guys from Moody. We can get some free snacks and play games but we just had to listen to some of that preaching stuff, right? Some of that Bible stuff, right? I mean that's real though, right? Right? So you just got to listen to a little bit of that stuff, but we can eat for free, because we were all poor and we didn't have a lot of money to eat, buy snacks and stuff. So we used to go, so they always were in our community, but no one ever bothered them, right? Back in the day, most of the construction guys that worked on the housing in Cabrini, a lot of them were Caucasian and nobody ever bothered them. The only people that really got bothered in the neighborhood was if it was you coming from the gardens over to the Reds, you know what I'm saying? Or you going from the row houses over to the gardens. That's the only people who really got hurt. White folks can walk around there all the time and nothing ever happened to them. It was just us hurting each other when I was growing up. And I think it's kind of still like that. It's just black on black crime, unfortunately. And to be quite honest, now the New North Side is very diverse. There's all types of people that live in the neighborhood. Before, when we were growing up, before I moved to Cabrini in the 60s, in the 50s and 40s, it was predominantly Italian. It was Italian, Hispanic, and African American. That's the history of Cabrini. So it always been a diverse neighborhood. So over on Cedric Street, where the houses were, it was always owned by some white folks and some black folks. So some middle class black folks and some white folks. Matter of fact, Cabrini was torn down. A lot of Italians lost their houses so that they could build Cabrini. But they were like real poor Italians back in the day. That's why Cabrini is an Italian name. I don't know if you know that.
Francis Cabrini, right?
Mother Cabrini is an Italian saint, right? And then we used to have that church right there on Cambridge and
that old brown church.
Yep, that was a Italian named church. They used to have a big Italian festival down there and all that stuff. So it always been mixed. No one ever, that I knew of, no one ever thought Cabrini was prejudiced. I think what they thought was that Cabrini wasn't safe. That's what they thought. They thought it wasn't safe. But yeah, so that's good that people got to express themselves, and I'm sure that liberated them to be able to tell the truth, and see that. So that documentary that you did is very powerful. Everybody had their own, everybody have their own perspectives, right? Everybody see things from their own lens. Like if you grew up in the area, do you feel safe in Cabrini?
I feel very safe.
Do you feel safe on the north side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right? So, when I lived there, I felt safe, even though every once in a while I had to duck. I'm going to be real with you. Even though every once in a while I had to duck because I heard something, today if I hear something go pop, I'm jumping, man, because that's just is natural, but there has always been more good people in our neighborhood than bad, right? And I think what happens is the bad folks get a lot of attention. So I think what you were doing in that documentary was trying to let people see both sides and all sides. And I think that's fantastic. So what do you think you learned? Did you learn something from doing those interviews?
I learned that people had different perspectives about Cabrini. Some people talk negative about Cabrini. Some people say they hate Cabrini. And there's other people that say they loved it. They want the buildings back. They miss the memories that they used to have. The people, the barbecues. You know, the barbecues we used to have in Sewell Park in the field. Mm-hmm. The book bag giveaways, all that. The Saturday morning breakfast. Mm-hmm. And over there in CHA, they missed those. And I learned a lot. I never knew Iceman Jerry Butler was from Cabrini.
Yeah, Jerry Butler, Bobby Rush.
Man, Commander Watson. I never knew those people was from Cabrini, and that was like a history lesson for me.
The head of McDonald's, you know, Don Thomas. His matter of fact, he grew up on Cleveland in the row houses.
Even Shaka Khan, I didn't even know he was from Cabrini.
Shaka Khan is a woman.
Shaka Khan?
Yeah.
I thought he was, because Raymond said Shaka Khan.
Yes.
Brother Raymond.
Yeah. Shaka Khan better be a woman. Yeah. I didn't know that though. But that's interesting. Curtis Mayfield. You ever heard of Curtis Mayfield?
Never knew he was from Cabrini.
Yeah, he's from Cabrini. Yeah, a lot of good people come from the neighborhood. So I don't know how many generations you all are. How many generations you are? So your mother was there, your grandmother was there?
Basically my whole family was
there. Was your great-grandmother there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 4 generations, right? So there's a lot of families, and everybody's connected somehow, some way. How long have you been living in the gardens?
For my whole life.
Your whole life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, were your parents living there too?
I mean, they moved over there about like 20-some years ago.
All right.
But they was originally living in the Cabrini Greens in the white, building 714.
In the white project, so y'all moved on up and moved to the other side, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, back in the day, because when you was living in the projects, you were real poor. Most of the time you was on public aid, right? If you moved to the gardens or the orange doors, you paid a little more rent, right? And it's just like moving from the projects to the row houses. The row houses had to pay a little more because they had gas bills and light bills. In the projects and the high rises, you only had rent and you had electric heat, right? Which you couldn't control, right? That's why everybody's windows be open in the wintertime because the heat was on too high.
Too high.
Remember that? Yeah. So Niguel, I don't think the audience know who you are. Just tell me who is Niguel?
Well, I'm an artist.
You're an artist?
Yeah.
You in high school also?
Yes.
With those mustaches and beards, man, I couldn't tell, man. I thought y'all was in college already. So
not yet. I'm not gonna rush.
Not yet. Not rushing it. That's good. So what high school?
I'm going to the Noble Academy.
Oh, you go to Noble. So you go to Noble, right there on
Clybourne.
On Clybourne. Okay. So you Noble charter.
Yes.
Fantastic. How long you been going there?
Since I became a freshman.
Okay.
As soon as I graduated, I just been there.
Okay.
Still going there.
Still going there. You like it?
Not at all.
Not
at all.
You don't like it? They're very strict.
Super strict.
Yeah, but they prepare you to be successful, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Miguel, you're an artist. You're a member of By the Hand Club also.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, where you live and where he lives, generally the young people don't get along, right? For whatever reason. Why is that? That's kind of goofy, huh?
I always thought of that.
It kind of is once you think about it, but I mean, what happened between the past, between when they brothers, grandpas, daddies, uncles, the generations from fighting them, they basically like move on down.
Yeah, it's about 40 years ago, 35 years ago. It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys, right? Old grudges, old perceptions. Right, but you guys get along.
Yeah.
And By the Hand Club
they bring us all together.
They bring all of you all together. The funny thing is, people live on each side of Division Street, and some of them are related to each other, which is crazy, isn't it? You know, but so I'm glad to see that you guys are being leaders in the community and getting along with each other. So tell me this. So I want to ask you this. Did you go over there and interview people?
No.
So you still a little cautious about that?
Yeah.
And you still a little cautious about going on the other end? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Thank God that there's a neutral territory at By the Hand Club where everyone can come together and participate. But you know, by young people having these invisible lines, it really hinders young people of experiencing all of the things in the neighborhood. You know, so Niguel, tell us what kind of art. You know. I don't know if you know. Well, I'm sure you know, but art is a great way. Just like what he does is art, right? It's expression, right? It's to make people feel a certain way, right? The same thing with the type of art that you do. So what do you try to express in your art? You just try to make things look good or beautiful, or do you try to deal with people's emotion too? Now you say you're a graffiti artist.
Graffiti.
Let me take your picture so we can have you on camera. So if I see your graffiti, I'm just kidding.
Try to get me caught.
You're a graffiti artist?
Yes.
Okay.
I do graffiti and portrait.
In portrait?
Yes.
Yeah. So graffiti don't necessarily mean it has to be on buildings, does
Nah,
it?
I do
Okay.
mine on paper.
So you do your graffiti on paper? You do yours on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So what type of art do you do? And hopefully we can show some of your art on the screen here. What do you try to say in your art? What do you try to make people feel when they see your art?
That's a good question. I always like trying to pull something deep, you know, even if I don't know what I want to do exactly, but it's easy to make something look good, but what does it mean? You know what I mean? Like, why did you create it? You know, it's like, I always trying to create something deep. Like, the latest thing I just finished, which was last night, it was more of a pro-black thing. So what I had drew like a strong black woman with natural hair. It says power underneath it. Then I searched up African colors, which it was yellow, green, red, black, even blue. You know, then I had drew like a little timeline from Africa to slave, all the way to vote, and now. Now I drew divisions.
And then you drew the what?
And I drew something under divisions, which is like what separates us. Cause you know, like our race is not really whole. We like separate each other. So I had kind of put all that on this one art piece. I don't have a title for it yet, but that's all the emotions I want to put in that one specifically.
That's deep, man. So you know, the funny thing is with art, somebody else may see that, may not see everything you're expressing, but they may feel something else from it. You know what I'm saying? Because art and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but some people may see that and feel what you're trying to say. You know, I think that's great. That's deep, man. Did you know he was that deep, man?
He showed me a couple of pictures in his notebook. I'm like, man, you should have brought this notebook in.
That's great. Good deal.
And I always like to hear what other people say, you know, because like, it's just like what you said. I might do something, I might feel it a certain way. But if you see it, since you have different experiences and opinions, you might feel a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I can learn something new, you can learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
Build like a deeper mutual understanding,
Right.
you know.
So I tell you, you know, people have used art to motivate folks to do a lot of things. You know, people use art to encourage people to be fair, to be just, you know, to express and show neglect, right? Show people how to be happy, make them feel happy. You know, so they use art in a lot of different ways. You know, some people, you even have some people who have been revolutionaries, right? Who solely express it in their art, right? They don't go out and fight, but they put it in their art and motivate other people to feel that way, to feel the fight for justice. So art can be used in a lot of different ways, which is good. That's why, you know, so what you do, there's a lot of opportunities in that. I don't know if you know that. Every artist use a piece of art on their CD cover, right? I mean, look at Kanye's cover. You see, remember the one with the little bear, teddy bear?
Yeah.
Do you know that artist, a Chinese lady, just had a display over at the Museum of Contemporary Art. It was a huge display. My son took me to it. You know, he's about 22. And he just wanted to see that. He wanted to go see her art, and it's huge. She has like a big old piece of art of the same bear, and she has a whole bunch of different pictures of it. And people came from all over to see her art, right? And Kanye, like, you know, put her art out there, and now people paying a lot of money for her art. You know, people use art for books. They use art for everything. But then there's a lot of money in graphic arts. Like, I had to get a graphic artist to do this logo, right? And I had to pay him a couple of dollars for that, you know?
Which I might say is a nice logo.
Yeah, thank you. My son think it's old. I think he just be hating on me.
What's old is new.
That's right. I appreciate you. I'm gonna record that and send it to him. He said I need to change it. So tell me, so from what I understand, so are you all working on projects together?
Yes. In this following moment, I'm working on a new video. It's called Spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And so what it is doing is I'm giving recognition to kids that deserve it. Kids in Chicago that's doing positive things that nobody never knew about. When you say Chicago, you think about the violence, the gun violence, how many shootings we had. You don't think about the kids that's doing positive in the communities. So what I came up with, I got spotlighted by Dwayne Wade. It's called Spotlight On.
Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
The basketball player? Man, can you hook me up, man? Man, you got the hook up. Dwayne Wade? You got anything signed by him, man?
A jersey sign. I got a practice jersey.
How much you want to sell that jersey for, man?
It's in the picture frame right now, so I'm not selling it.
You're not selling it?
But what it was, this spotlight, he basically invited me to the Bulls Stadium when he was playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Shut out
He
the
was
lights
playing
out.
with y'all?
He was playing with the Bulls.
Playing Oh, he's playing with the
Yeah,
Bulls.
when he
I
was
thought
playing
he
with the
was
Bulls.
playing basketball with you. Okay, all right. I was like, you that good, man? You playing with Dwayne Wade?
But
Go ahead.
when he was playing with the Bulls, he invited me to the Bulls Stadium. And what this Spotlight On did for me is basically he shut all the lights off, and over 15,000 people, 100,000, whatever, and they put me on the Jumbotron, and he gonna say about me what I want to do in life, and everybody like clap for me and applause for me.
You spoke?
Nah, I ain't speak. He was speaking on the Jumbotron. He get on the Jumbotron and say something good about me.
Is that right?
Yes.
God, dog, man. That's huge. You know how many thousands of people be at the United Center?
It was a lot of people.
Man, you famous, Jack. Maybe I need to get your autograph so I can sell that one day. That's great. Good for you. So he was telling them about you in the videos?
Yes, and this Spotlight video is different. This called Spotlight. The other one I was in is called Spotlight On. And that really inspired me to like do more for my people and do more for my community. So what I did was I created Spotlight. And what this consists of, I'm telling kids like, what was the bad things people said about you? And the main key about this is called the but now. So the but now is talking about what's now, what are you doing now, what people saying about you now, what's the good parts about you now. And that's when my friend Niguel come into place.
It's called Button Now?
But now.
Oh, But Now.
That's the main key part of the video.
But now.
But now.
Yeah, it's a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. But now. That's great.
And I chose Niguel because Niguel is a passionate person about what he do. He take his art seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I got other kids, my friend Kamanti,
So you're in the video? You're going to be in the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's more kids. Devancier wants to become a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to use his rap, the rap that we listen to nowadays. He wants to make it into a positive. He want to talk about the truth. He want to connect with all of us, what he been through, and he want us all to connect with him. Isabel Garcia, she's a top student in our school. She has a 4.0 GPA.
Wow.
She went to Stanford for like the summertime, and she's going to Harvard.
Wow.
And
Free ride?
Free ride.
Fantastic.
And Sierra, a basketball player. She's a girl. She know how to play basketball for a girl.
She's good. Can she whoop you, man?
Nah, I won't say that.
You don't want to say it on TV?
I won't say that now, but I won't say that now, but she's good. Kamanti, he's one of the best football players I ever knew.
Mm-hmm.
He can play. And these kids are very positive of what they do and passionate about what they do, and nobody ever knew about that.
So your film, it sounds like your films are more toward getting the truth and motivating people.
Motivating people, telling people like, I'm not just interviewing kids, I'm interviewing adults too. Like, telling them it's not too late to follow your dreams. You still can work hard. You still can be determined. You still can use your mind for positive things. It's not too late.
So every day is a new beginning.
Every day is a new beginning.
So okay, outside of you learning how to do videography from your uncle, growing up in Cabrini Green, being involved in By the Hand Club, which I know is good. I love By the Hand Club. I know they make you all. Shouldn't say they encourage you all to do Bible study, right? So you do Bible study, you eat, they give you a treat, then you play basketball.
You play basketball.
See, the treats always get everybody to come, right? Yeah, because, but anyway, so it's sort of like what Moody Bible used to do with us, the treats, and then you go and you do everything else. So what's your motivation? What motivates you to want to inspire people? What motivates you to want to help uplift people? That's a unique quality. Everybody don't want to do that. Most people just care about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about how other people feel, right? What motivates you to want to do that?
And that's one thing about my company, about my videos. I like to see a smile on people's faces. I like to see people say like, man, like have a big smile on their face and cry. And what motivates me to do this is because I wake up in the morning and I see homeless people and I see other people just down. And I see kids on the downtown, when I go downtown and stuff, I see kids on the street just begging for food, begging for shoes, and they don't have no hope. And I feel like, man, us as a society should be trying to help and try to help these people build up their motivation, build up their confidence. And I see people in my school like Niguel that's talented and that want to do something in life. And my other spotlight kids and other people just put them down. And that just made me feel like some kind of way and feel like angry inside, just like, bro, these people right here are doing great. They're doing better than what you're doing. And that's one thing about my videos. I want to motivate people just to build them up, tell them push harder, keep working. Because I've been through what they've been through. I've been called a loser. I've been called a person that's not going to do anything. I've been told I was going to fail in life.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. But I'm succeeding. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not listening to those critics.
So did you all ever experience the gang culture? Did they ever try to get y'all to ride anything?
I mean, my friends and my family will always tell me, keep your head straight. I grew up in a strictly house full of females, and I had a strong grandfather that passed when I was like in 4th grade, and he told me like, don't do what they do.
Okay, so you stayed out of it.
I have cousins and them, all of them told me to stay out of it. Keep working hard, you doing good, keep doing what you gotta do.
So you've been able to avoid it.
I've been able to avoid them.
Yeah, I was just having that discussion today, because growing up in a neighborhood where gangs was everywhere, I never had the gang bang, right? People make that choice. What about you?
Well, I was never really heavily affiliated with it. Just like Jada, I always had people to tell me that, always keep my head above water, Just be positive, don't do what everybody else is doing.
So don't be a follower, be a leader.
Yeah, something my dad always said when I was little.
Your dad always said that? Yeah, don't be a follower, be a leader, right? Don't follow the path, make a path.
Right.
Yeah, that's good, man. Y'all, man, you guys are so inspiring. I think that's great. So what would your message be to the other young people out there? I mean, so, one, I gotta ask this too. How do you, equipment costs money. Right? Paint costs money. Where y'all get y'all money from, man?
So one thing I love about Clemente, they want to help our students. They want to encourage all the students. They want the students to do better in life. They want the students to succeed in life.
How do you pay for this stuff?
Good question. So in broadcasting, what I love about it, they let us take it home.
They let you take the equipment home?
Yes, for the sum or the time.
They must really trust you. I'm sure it costs us a little change.
That documentary was, had a camera with that the whole entire time. I took that Canon home for like 6 months.
How much do the Canon cost?
Thousands of dollars.
Is that right? So you must be well trusted. That's good.
Plus with the stand.
And then who edits your stuff?
I do it all by myself.
You edit it too?
I did it all by myself.
Man, that's great. Good for you.
3 years.
So So did Dwayne Wade? He put you on the jumbotron, but did he give you some of them millions, man? He didn't give you none of them. You know, Dwayne, you didn't give my boy no money, man. He didn't give you any of that money.
One thing about me, I'm a person that like to work hard for what he has. So I don't want to beg nobody for no money.
You don't have to beg, but people can donate for a cause.
That,
right?
but also I want them to know, like, I want you to think I earned this money.
That's right.
I work hard for what I do.
So do you sell your documentaries? Are you how you hustling with it? You doing anything?
I mean, one thing I'm
because you need money to pay for it. So because after you get out of Clemente, you're not gonna be able to take the camera, right? So you got to get a camera.
So my purpose is now, like, my goal is to get sponsored before I graduate high school.
Get a sponsor. So you're looking for a sponsor.
Yes.
All right. So that's good. So you got to sell yourself. So I think, do you have a non-for-profit? I know you say you have a corporation. Do you have a non-for-profit?
Yes, By the Hand Club for Kids.
So By the Hand is your non-for-profit. You'll use not By the Hand Club to sponsor you, but you're going to need your own non-for-profit also in order to acquire your stuff. So we'll talk about that. I'll try to help you with some of that stuff, you know? So that's good.
Well, Walter Burnett, I was always thinking, like, would you rather help me?
So I don't have millions of dollars like Dwayne Wade, but I can try to connect you and lead you in the right direction, you know, with other folks I know that's in the non-for-profit industry. I'm hoping that, you know, people may see this and may reach out to you. So tell me this, if people wanted to reach out to you, what would they do, Jaden?
I'm all over social media, so my business page is Knox Productions. My regular page is Jaden Knox, my regular Facebook page. You can contact me on my email, which is knoxjaden1@gmail.com.
Yeah, so Jaden, you need to understand, some people who donate to things like to get tax write-offs, right? So that's why they need a non-for-profit to donate to. So people would probably donate to you if they can write it off. Most rich people need tax write-offs, right? A lot of people just donate just because they like to. I think we need to try to connect you with some more people in the film industry so that they could, so have you ever been to Center Space?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll see if we can connect you with somebody at Center Space. So what are you gonna do? How do you pay for all your stuff, man? You know, you gotta, besides, I mean, I know everything is a canvas to you if you're a graffiti artist. But where do you get the paint and stuff from?
Well, I mostly save my money.
You save your money?
And sometimes I have people that like to help me. Like mostly my mom, she help me pay for some of the things that I need. Take me there to go get it, you know?
Yeah. So are you familiar with Marwin?
Yes.
You go to Marwin?
I went tomorrow for 1 year.
You went there for 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Why you stopped going?
I don't know.
Yeah, Marwin is a non-for-profit organization over in Orleans and Chestnut. And they have a lot of wealthy people who contribute to them. And they try to motivate young people in the arts. I think you should still go over there. I think you should go back. If nothing else, you know, get involved in network. There are some very wealthy people that support that organization. And a lot of wealthy people like to support art, right? Because most artists don't make a lot of money. And it takes wealthy people to help to keep art going. And like I say, art is a way for folks to express themselves and learn things and get motivated and all of those things. You know, you look at, I think about philosophy, art, that's literature, like writing is an art, movies is an art, you know, paintings is an art. All those things motivate people. All those things have motivated. I remember when I was a shorty, man, I always think about when I was a shorty and we was at school, I was at Bird School. Y'all remember Bird? Yeah. So I was at Bird. I went to Jenner too. But I remember back in the day, everybody used to draw cars. And you draw all these cars. Some of them look like spaceships. And some of them, you know, you'd be drawing cars. Everybody want to draw a cool car. Now it look like all the cars I used to draw, they making them now. You know what I'm saying? So people get inspired by art, right? So you need to figure out, being an artist is hard for artists. But most successful artists do well because they have a good network. If you go to a big art gallery, most of the people who come to their art gallery and buy their art and support their art are most of the time it's people who admire their art and like their art. But a lot of times it's people that they just have networks with, people that they know, their friends. Their friends may have a little change or whatever the case may be, and they support them or their families, right? So most successful art galleries have a lot of good networks. And so if you're gonna be an artist, you gotta get some new networks. Can't just be a network. You get, as I would say, you can't just have a clique in the hood, right? You gotta get clique everywhere else. So you gotta associate with a lot of other different people and step out in the world. Get off of Cedric Street, get out of Cabrini, you know, go other places and meet people and get connected, right? Yeah. And get exposure. You got to get some exposure. So the internet is great because you can get a lot of exposure on the internet, but you know, but like Donita, know you go to those fundraisers. Look at all them wealthy people who come from. There's a lot of wealthy Christians who support By the Hand Club. But I guarantee you, a lot of those wealthy Christians got nice art in their houses. They support art. They buy art. Nobody want to just plain wall, so they have to buy art. Make it look nice and have some expression. So you need to just think about those things. So what I always say, and the same thing with you, man. So we need to connect you with some other people that's in the film industry. You know, what's his name? Who did Barbershop? He went to Clemente. I can't remember his name, but the guy who did Barbershop come from Humboldt Park. He went to Clemente. And he did Barbershop. He did a couple of other movies. Guess what? He's filming over at CineSpace. So he's filming here in Chicago. So maybe we can connect you with him. See if we can connect you with him. And man, I can't remember his name, but I got his number in my thing. I'll see if I can connect you with somebody like that they can give you a chance. And sometimes, you know, you may be smarter than them, you may know how to do more than them, but you still need their mentorship, right? You still need to be with them in order to get the exposure. So sometimes you have to humble yourself and just help out. Hold a camera, edit, or do some of those things in order to get your break. You know what I'm saying? But you've been blessed. I mean, Dwayne Wade put you on the Jumbotron. My picture been on the Jumbotron. You know how they had the cameras go around? You know, some of the cameramen that I know, you know, they hooked me up, they put my face up there, but nobody talk about me, right? You know, say my name, like I always say that Beyonce sign, say my name, say my name. Nobody ever say my name on the Jumbotron, which is big, man, that's huge. Also, those athletes, they buy art, right? They have a lot of money to do some things. So you need to tap into Dwayne Wade. See if he can hook you up with his ex. Is he still married to, what's her name? Gabriella. Is he still married to her? Okay, tell him to see if Gabriella can hook you up, man. You got to connect those dots. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to follow dots to get away from where we are. There's a lot of dots out here, and you got to touch those dots, man, in order to move. But hey, so do you have you need to see if you can display some of your stuff, man. Can you do some of your things bigger, make it larger?
Yeah,
Can you reproduce your art like on big canvases and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So I can connect you with some galleries and stuff, see what we can do. I don't know for sure, I can try. You know, but you need to, so if people wanted to see your art, where would they go?
You can follow my Facebook page, which is Nehru Neal, which is Nehru Neal.
Nehru?
Yeah.
Nehru Neal?
Yeah.
Okay. They can follow your Facebook page. And if they wanted to support your cause, what could they do? They can donate to you? How would they donate to you?
I haven't figured all that out yet.
You haven't figured that out? Okay, you got to think about that too.
I will, most
Yeah,
definitely.
you got to think about that. And if people want you to paint for them, if they want you to paint something for them, can you paint your boy here?
Yeah, I could definitely do a portrait of him.
You can do a portrait of him? How would it come out? Would it be like, would it look like him or would it look a little different?
It look like Jaden.
It look like him? You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. So you may want to, you know, put your business out there, man. Make a couple of dollars. Everybody has to make some money, right?
That's
in
true.
order to, if you're gonna have a business. But also, you know, that's the thing about artists. Artists have to learn, just like with you. So I don't know what you all are planning on taking up in school, right? But being in the field that you're in, both of you all take some business classes.
I'm going to school for business and communications.
Okay, business communications. What about you? You decided yet?
I guess I can join some type of club at school, you know?
Yeah, take some
Something.
business classes
Yeah, I
because
would look into that.
there's a lot of broke artists out here. A lot of artists that don't know how to do business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a business component because being an artist, whether you're a visual artist or a portrait artist, you have to have some kind of business under your belt in order to run your business right and be successful, right? So you need to do that. There's a couple of organizations out here that help artists to learn the business. I got to look that up and see if I can connect you with those organizations. So I used to be the chairman of special events and cultural affairs. So from being over that committee, I got to meet a lot of artists around the city and, you know, kind of learn a little bit about this stuff. And, you know, but you always got to you always have to be prepared to do something else. Being an artist is just like being a basketball player, right? You don't know when you're going to catch that break. So you got to have another job just in case. You know what I'm saying? You got to have another hustle. You got to have another hustle just in case the NBA don't call you, right?
Yeah.
So you can eat,
You always
right?
need something to fall back
Right,
on.
and it's the same thing with being an artist. You got to have another hustle just in case you don't get called. Even with you, taking communications, maybe you could be a cameraman like these guys. Make your money off of cameras, but also do your movies on the side, you know, or do your documentaries on the side, right? You got to mix it up a little bit. But hey, man, I want to thank you all very much for coming. I hope I didn't talk too much.
No, you all good.
I was
Mr. Burnett.
talking to you guys.
Thank you for having us, man.
I appreciate
really
it, man.
appreciate you.
You guys inspire me. You made me wish I was. I wish I was where you all are right now at 17. I wish I was there at 17. I think you guys have a promising future, you know, and I hope that the community wrap their arms around you and continue to support you. I thank Dwayne Wade for what he did for you, putting you on the Jumbotron. But man, give my boy some money, man. He needs some dough. He needs some dough, man. You know, Dwayne from the projects too. He's out
From Southside.
Southside Project. So he's a good brother. But help the young brother, you know, and we need more people to try to help you. I tell you who else helps a lot of people is Noah. Joaquin Noah help a lot of guys. You know, and he, you know, you may want to think about how to fashion your documentaries to help other people too. I mean, in the type of documentary that they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? So just a thought. But let us know what we can do to help you guys. I appreciate y'all. Tell the audience what you want to say before you get off. We got about 5 minutes.
I want to say thank y'all to everyone that was watching. Thank you, Mr. Burnett. You really inspired us for coming from Cabrini and putting us on the show, kids that came from nothing to now. You really inspired us to do what we got to do. And to all the kids that's at home probably watching this, it's not too late to follow your dreams. Don't give up. Keep working hard. For my friend Justin, his quote was always say, always forward, never backwards.
Fantastic.
Well, pretty much like Jaden said, really thank y'all for watching this interview. And thank you most of all for talking to us and expressing new ideas in my head. I gotta look into these networks and business classes. Gotta think about all that, you know. Something to look into. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why it's important to talk to us old guys, man. You know, things you all are thinking about is some of the things we done forgot. So it's some of the things that we don't know about I can learn from you. So it's good for us to communicate. So we need to always communicate. Don't be scared to talk to me. All you young people out there, you can come in and see me anytime. You know, I'm always open to talk to young people because I want to feel young, man. I feel young when I talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Who want to talk to some old people all the time? All we do is talk about my back hurt, my leg hurt, you know, what pills you taking? What we need to talk to some young guys. But hey, man, I really appreciate you all. I'm so proud of you guys, man. You make me feel like there's a lot of hope for the young people in our community. I hope other young people are looking at you all and, you know, taking your example as a way to be and a way to go. I think I'm just so happy that you all are involved in positive organizations like By the Hand Club, because you didn't have to go there, right? So the first thing was taking that step to be there. And by being there, you surround yourself with positive people, learn positive things, and think bigger, right? And, you know, I always talk about, you know, I look at positive mental attitude books and read books and listen to people talk. But I'm gonna be honest with you, not to be too religious, but all that stuff comes from the Bible. All that motivational stuff is right there in that book, right? It shows you they show a lot of people coming from the bottom, now they're here, right? You know, I mean, there's a lot of people in the Bible who did that, and a lot of people who made mistakes, and they show you how not to make those mistakes. So keep reading the Bible, keep staying in those positive organizations, keep trying to motivate other people. Thank God that you guys are trying to give back to folks instead of just taking. And we hope that we'll be able to help you, and hopefully other people who look at this show will help you too. If anybody want to help these guys, you can call my office too at 432-1995, and I can give you their information and pass your information on to them. So God bless you, man.
God bless you
Thank
too.
you very much. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you all for watching Network 27. See you next month. God bless and peace.